everyone, welcome to day 12 of our 28-day live stream challenge. Today is Monday. Welcome back. Today I'll be focusing on the topic of will. And today is not about a character, but it's actually about a virtue. And I'm going to be covering a lot of themes that have come up for the TV show THEOA on Netflix. So, hold on. Hey guys, welcome to stream. Okay, so I'll wait until we get some more people in the stream, but I'm gonna get started explaining to future people. So this song is from a TV show that have really helped me during. So I keep telling you guys about my story of how I came out of being stuck, both mentally, physically, spiritually. So before that, so when my life changed because of the foundations that made my life stable, that was all in December. And so this TV show, I watched it in 2017 and it came out in 2016. So for those of you that don't know anything about a Netflix TV show called THEOA, it is a science fiction. I don't want to say science fiction, all it is, but like I feel like it's more of a spirituality segue type thinking TV show, and it kind of opened me up into really understanding the internal struggles that I've had, and I rewatched it again many times. So the second season came out this year in March, and so I got to revisit the first season again before watching the second season when it premiered in San Francisco. And today we received the news that the TV show was canceled, and so the OA community is devastated, including me. I'm so devastated. So today I wanted to focus the topic on will. I wanted to focus the topic on themes and characters of this TV show called THEOA, and I also wanted to focus and introduce the story of the writers of the show, because they've really helped me understand this internal dialogue that I've been having. And so so we'll do that today. Hi, welcome to stream. Hi Stephen, welcome back. Glad you're back tonight. You caught me when I was live. Have you guys watched a TV show called THEOA? Today's stream will be surrounding the topic of will. Our will to live, our will to fulfill our life's purpose, and also sharing my story of how I've honed in my will, like really listened to the will, and how I could bring out that will, if that makes sense. So we'll focus on that. This song is actually a theme song of the TV show, and I learned how to play it on piano, so I'll play it after you listen to the real thing. So it's a beautiful, beautiful song that was here, I'll play it. So I'm gonna put my piano on strings. Okay, hold on. How do I put this on strings? 554. Okay, I'm gonna play it as people trickle in. Hopefully you guys are familiar with the OA. If not, it's still a very beautiful experience to even hear about the TV show. So hopefully you guys enjoy the stream of consciousness today. Here we go. Let me know if the audio is okay. this goes. So that's how the tune goes. We'll continue later. Steven said something. Hi, this is YC. Welcome back on stream. Today I'm focusing on the topic of will, our will to live, our will to fulfill our will, and our will to, like, how we can hear our will and how to listen to that call of action. And this stems from, I got this from this theme from the topic of, so we're focusing on day 12, age 12. And when I thought about 12-year-olds, I actually thought about, there are so many like stereotypes we are trying to understand. And I think this generation right now with the internet, I think 12-year-olds may have a very, I don't want to say healthy perspective, but through movies and social media and people talking, like influencers talking about breaking stereotypes, they have this widened perspective on how stereotypes are stereotypes. And because I thought of that, and also because I saw the news today on how the OA TV show on Netflix was canceled, they're not gonna have a third season. Hopefully they change their mind. But one of my other favorite TV shows that have also helped me throughout my like understanding myself, it was THEOA. And so then I wanted to focus on will, because so I'll talk about the TV show in a bit, but let me get to chat. So Steven says, I haven't seen it, but it sounds interesting. By the way, I saw your New York City vlogs and they make me not want to go back to uni for my last year. What was the song you used for them? I couldn't find it. I put the songs that I used in my videos in my description, so you should check that. But I'm really glad you enjoyed my my vlogs. That means a lot to me. That was when I was like going through, like, I'm gonna prove to the world I'm doing okay, and I'm going to, I mean, in the moment I was, but then in retrospect I realized like I was pushing myself too hard to make things happen. And then the internal things that I have to resolve and find closure for, I had to really sit with it when I came back from all the traveling. So yeah, so you watched my vlogs. I'm really glad you like them. Okay, so it sounds like, I mean, Steven shared that he didn't watch the OA. Okay, so how do I summarize the OA without giving it away? So right now there are 2 seasons of a TV show on Netflix called The OA, and I don't want to spell out what the OA stands for, because that's kind of the experience you have when you watch it. You find out who the OA is and what the OA is, so I don't want to give it away. But basically it's very spiritual. And it expands the way you think, in that the writers of the show did this beautiful thing where they were able to bring out the internal struggles we have, but they were able to put it into physical form in a narrative. And that sounds very complicated, but if you're the type of person that thinks a lot and overthink a lot, this TV show will kind of clarify a lot of the internal things going on, probably, because that was the case for me. The writers of the show, like, I usually don't look up the writers of a TV show, but this is one of the few TV shows that I looked up the writers of the show, and I found out that the writers of the show were friends in college, and one of them had a background in film, but the other didn't. She graduated with econ from Columbia, and she worked for Goldman Sachs, and then she was kind of randomly invited to work on a film together with the friend that she got to know of while she was in college, and then they worked on a film together for Sundance. It's a movie called Another Earth. So if you know BRIT she is one of the writers of the show. But anyways, their story's incredible, and so today I just felt this powerful message of sharing my fandom of the OA, the storytelling of it, and and like how and what it meant for me. So today I'll be focusing on that. Okay, so I'm gonna try again to play the theme song for you guys. So let's try this. So imagine, for this song, imagine a blind, early 20s and blonde. She has a beanie on her head, and she is in the middle of a subway station in New York, and she's playing a violin song to have her dad come back to her. So that's the visual you should have when you hear this. So this is her violin song. Part of the theme song. Let's see. Let's try it with piano. Let's see what that sounds like. I just learned that before stream, by the way. If you guys are new to my stream and you found me through the OA hashtag, aren't you guys so sad they're canceling it? I can't believe they're doing that. It's such a great story. It's like I think it helps our generation and just everyone in general to kind of be more open-minded about what's going on with technology and how that's clouding our sense of purpose and our sense of like our ability to really listen to our will and to find clarity of our will. So in the context of a collective, like how we could be ourselves while also working as a team. Present with people of the world in the way that I can and in the way that I think is that I feel is what I need to be happy. So here I am. right now I'm thinking about how I could explain a TV show without giving too much away, because part of the experience of that TV show is specifically to so the main character's name is Prairie, and she was born in Russia. How do I explain this without giving too much away? I watched the season 1 OA TV show when I was still working at the tech company, and I had a lot of downtime on the side where I was able to watch the TV show, and I didn't have any expectations. It just, I was interested. I was like, what the heck is the OA? Like, what does that mean? And I watched it and I binged it. I watched the whole thing in one sitting. Probably in 2 days, I think. But there's 8 episodes. And I remember, like, after watching that, the way I thought about the world, it totally made sense. Like, the missing gaps of, like, why I felt so misunderstood and how to communicate with the world in the way that I can. Like, how do I explain it without? Have any of you watched the OA in stream? So going back to topic, since I'm having a difficult time explaining what the OA is without giving it away, the will to live, I think, comes when, for me, it came when I was really sure what I already had, like, and that came by not like talking with people, but it was more like it took time to get to that point where I realized, okay, I have things that is very unique to me that I could share with the world, and it doesn't require any external entity to tell me when, and the will to act on that realization and that understanding, it didn't come through like internal thoughts. I think giving myself time to really sit through all the emotions, all the thoughts, because for those of you that don't know my story, for a couple months I haven't been out of the house, and I was a contractor, and I was at the same job for 2 years, and I did apply for other roles, but it just didn't happen. And so, and the best friend that I've had to rely on all these years, like, we parted ways, and just the things that have like kept me grounded and kind of allowed me to kind of like settle without this like exploring all the internal pain that I've been feeling and had to face, like all that. I had time to sit through all that, like, literally sit through all of it, to get up, the will to act on the unique gifts that I have on my own terms came through time, and also when I healed. And the OA, the TV show, a lot of it has to do with how do I explain this without giving it away? Okay, so there are how do I explain this without giving it away? Or should I just give it away? I'll just talk. Okay, I'll just talk. If you're here, like maybe you're supposed to hear this from me. Okay. So this girl in her early 20s, she or when she was in high school, she disappeared. And her adoptive parents, they like filed for missing persons to the police, and no one's seen her for years, right? And then she just shows up out of nowhere, and she can, oh yeah, and she's blind, and then she could somehow see. And so everyone was questioning like what happened to her, right? What's really beautiful about the OA TV show is that so much of it requires you to think deeply, because a lot of it is very metaphorical in that like the whole she can't see but now she could see, not just physically being able, like being blind and then being able to see, but spiritually too, being, you know, like she didn't have like a purpose or something, and then now like she could see and she has a grander purpose. And when she gains her sight back, when the story throughout the TV show, when the story, the narrative tells the viewer, shows the viewer how, sorry about the noise in the background, I think they're making something. Hold on. Can you like not do that? I think she was grinding something. She, like, you could see the character Prairie, when she gains her sight back, she comes back with sight. She has this firm, like, knowing that something changed within her, not just her sight, but her sense of her will to live and her purpose in life. And so, coming back to my life, I think what happened in December, I think, was symbolic of death. So that I died, but then I came back alive when I found myself playing the piano again, and like allowing myself to kind of release and express myself, and kind of taking chances and taking a risk in failing, just doing whatever, and then I was able to play the piano again. What am I saying? Wow, why am I telling you guys all this? Will to live. So, OA. Sorry, I have like so many thoughts in my head right now. I don't know how to address what I'm. Hi James, welcome to stream. Another thing I wanted to do, I know I'm like all over the place right now. I want to show you dance movements from the TV show. So another thing about this TV show, I know I still haven't really explained what the TV show is. So, okay, so I've like went over the part where this girl that was missing, Prairie, she comes back years later and she's fine and she can see again. And so season 1 is about her telling her story of what happened to her during all those years she was gone. And she's telling this story to a group of kids that she chose, handpicked from school when she went back to school. No, she didn't go back to school. She just saw them in the neighborhood. And she was very specific about the number. She said, I need 5 of the strongest friends you could find. She asked this to one of the guys that she like happened to see on the street, and she had a knowing. She knew like they were connected to her. So these strangers, being like one's a teacher, one's a part of the LGBT community, one is a like trauma. He's full of trauma that he needs to release, a lot of pain, so he's angry at the world, and so he's a bully. There is who else is there? There's a student who had to deal with his mom committing suicide, so he's trying to get over that with drugs. So there are all these strangers from different paths of life and different backgrounds that usually would not hang out together, come together because of this calling that Prairie on the internet said, I need your help. Come to this house and leave your door open. By the way, I'm like telling you the whole story. You guys should watch the TV show. It expands the way you think of the world, obviously. So there's so many great quotes in that TV show. One of the quotes that comes to my mind right now that's on topic is, something miraculous happens. Something that the teacher and the 4 other random children of the neighborhood, that they had to have faith in and listen to their will to help this girl, Prairie, do what she asked them to do. And they meet every night to listen to her story, because that's what she asked of them. I want you to listen to my story before you could help me. So then they're literally in this abandoned house in the back of the neighborhood at night, and she asked them to leave their front door open. And to me that was symbolic, because it's like asking them to actually trust her. It requires trust, right? For like a stranger to ask of you, leave your front door open when you want to hang out with me and listen to my story. Like, what the heck? But they listened to their gut. They listened to their will. They knew there was something like big that they were a part of. They knew like this was a sign. They wanted to listen to that will. So for many nights they go to this abandoned house and they listen to her story. And so the episodes of the TV show are of her story. And watch the TV show so you know her story. But how do I explain it without explaining the story? So on the topic of will, I was gonna tell you the quote. So one of the quotes she says, when they do complete this, they like put full faith on this mission that she sets out for them. So I'm gonna tell you. So at the end of the narrative of like her story, she teaches them a set of dances, and there are 5 different movements. Each movement was assigned to a specific person so that they could be an expert in that specific movement. And altogether they have 5 movements. And so the whole purpose of the 5 movements is to help her to, this is gonna sound so weird because you don't know the story, but to jump over to another alternative reality where she has to help her friend. So then, when the time comes, no one knew when to do it, when to do these movements, but she said, like when they all learned the dance, they didn't know when to do it, but then, should I give this away? I'm gonna rechat. Tim says, I guess I need to subscribe again to Netflix to watch OA and Stranger Things. Oh my gosh. believe me, if you like the way I talk and you like the way I think, it's very much adopted from THEOA and Stranger Things. Because I'm easily influenced by my surroundings, and I know a few people who talk about those shows. Yeah, I totally recommend you check it out. I do want to preface that the first episode of THEOA could be confusing and weird, because that's exactly how I felt, but I gave it a chance. So powerful. It expands the way you think of the world, of your relationship with the world, your purpose in life, in a meta way, not like, like this is the way they did it in the TV show, so I should do it this way. Not like a step-by-step type of eye-opening, but more like a broader approach perspective of our perspective of the world and our relationship with the world. So when the event happened, when an event emerged, all of them, those children, those 4 children and the teacher, they were all in the same place at the same time, and they all looked at each other. They listened. They listened to their gut instinct, and there was a scene where they all look at each other and they nod. Words are not even needed. They look at each other and then they do the dance. They do the 5 movements. So that's the end of season 1. So we don't know what happens next, but should I give it away? At the end, there's a quote that Prairie says while she's... Should I give this away? There's a quote that Prairie says, and she says, "I have the will, see? You believed in me. I have the will. I have the will." So she maybe hopped over to another alternate reality where she could help her friend, or so she thought. So the second season, which was filmed in San Francisco and Oakland, it came out in March. So yeah, I'm not gonna give it away, but for those of you that didn't tune in when I talked about today's news, today they announced that the OA season 3 was canceled. So in light of that, I wanted to read you, I had so many crazy, random, accidental, serendipitous things happened the beginning of the year. I mean, like throughout this year, something happened in where I was following on Twitter, I was following the writers of the show because I'm huge fans of their work and their background and how they listen to they gave creativity a shot. They gave their soul a higher priority than the conventions of the world. They wanted to introduce, how do I explain this? Twitter. Okay, but what am I doing? Okay, so yeah, I followed the writers of the show, and that's how I knew about the San Francisco season 2 premiere in March, and so I was able to go to that. But anyway, so that's how I'm connected with the writers of the show, and when I went to the premiere, I met so many fans of the OA, right? There are so many fans of the OA. People flew in for this premiere, and one of the contacts that I've befriended at this premiere, where I got to watch the first episode of the second season of the OA, and I got it, so then I went. Anyways, that was in March, and one of the contacts, we stayed in touch. If there's articles on the OA, they always send it to me. So they actually sent me an Instagram post. See, I don't have Instagram anymore, so I don't know of this, but they sent it to me, and it's a post by BRIT one of the writers of the show, and I wanted to read it to you guys. This is a response to Netflix canceling season 3 of the OA. So I'm gonna read it to you guys. So this is from BRIT, the writer of the OA, or one of the writers of the OA. Dear fans of the OA. Oh my gosh, sorry. Some of you, okay, I'm gonna read this while I play the piano. Dear fans of the OA, this is by BRIT. Dear fans of the OA, some of you may already, or some of you may be learning from this letter that Netflix will not be continuing the OA. Zal and I, Zal is the other writer and her friend, Zal and I are deeply sad not to finish this story. The first time I heard the news, I had a good cry. So did one of our executives at Netflix, who has been with us since the early days when we were sketching out Hap's basement on the floor of our production office in Queens. Hap is one of the characters in the show. It's been an intense journey for everyone who worked on and cared about this story. Someone once asked me on a panel, "Why are you so obsessed with sci-fi?" I hadn't realized I was obsessed, or even that most of the narratives I'd written to date had been inside the genre of speculative fiction. I was caught off guard. The question had come out a bit like an accusation from someone who didn't enjoy the genre. So I think I just said something like, it's fun to world build. But I've thought about that question a lot since then, and I think an answer closer to the truth is this. It's hard to be inspired to write stories about the real world when you have never felt free in it. As a woman writing characters for myself and other women, it has often felt to me as if the paved roads for travel in narrative are limited. Perhaps one day I will be evolved enough as a writer to pave my own roads in reality. But to date, I have often felt... Okay, I don't know what this word means. But to date, I have often felt stymied. I can write about the few women on top, but then I am perpetuating the same hierarchies that oppress us and just asking to shift the oppression to someone else. I can write about the vast majority of women on the economic bottom, but the power of moving images and charismatic actors often glamorizes or perpetuates the very stereotypes the film hopes to critique. I can write about self-deprecating women who expose the abundant gender inequalities for a good laugh. But then, as Hannah Gatsby pointed out in her brilliant story, Nanette, I am in some ways trading my own humiliation for my paycheck and the chance to be let in. Science fiction wiped this real world clean like an etch and sketch. Science fiction said imagine anything in its place, and so we did. We imagined that the collective is stronger than the individual. We imagined that there is no hero. We imagined that the trees of San Francisco and a giant Pacific octopus had voices we could understand and ought to listen to. By the way, this is a little giveaway of season 2 if you haven't watched it. Sorry about that. We imagined humans as one species among many, and not necessarily the wisest or most evolved. We imagined movements that got unlikely people in rooms together. We talked about that. We imagined movements that got unlikely people in rooms together, got them moving, got them willing to risk vulnerability for the chance to step into another world. Oh, that's so powerful. I'm gonna read that again. We imagined movements that got unlikely people in rooms together, got them moving, got them willing to risk vulnerability for the chance to step into another world. That is what the OA has been for Zal and I, and every other artist who joined us. The chance to step into another world and feel free in it. We feel profound gratitude to Netflix and the people we have worked with there for making it possible to make part 1 and part 2. They call season 1 part 1, and then they call season 2 part 2. We feel proud of those 16 uncompromised hours. In large part, millions upon millions of you have given us this sense of pride by watching. With the comments you've left, the art you've made, the Reddit theories, they're really active on Reddit. The Reddit theories you've sown, the movements you've performed in public squares, I did that too. Bedrooms, nightclubs, and backyards all over the world. Backyard, I did that too. While we cannot finish this story, I can promise you we will tell others. I haven't figured out any other effective coping mechanism for being alive in the Anthropocene. I might have mispronounced that. And maybe, in some ways, it's okay not to conclude these characters. Steve Winchell will be suspended in time in our imaginations. Or Steve Winchell. Steve Winchell is one of the characters of the show. Steve Winchell will be suspended in time in our imaginations, infinitely evolving, forever running after and finally reaching the ambulance and the OA. With love, Brit. I just got the chills. Oof. Oh my god, I really want to cry because, oh my god. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it. Thank you also for being patient and listening. But that was such a beautiful, oh my gosh, her soul is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love that she's articulate of very, like, the very things that we think and feel, but like she's able to share and, okay, I'm gonna look at chat. Noah says, hi Noah, the OA is the best. I know, OA is the best. I can't believe they canceled it. Like, I cannot believe they canceled it. Like, it's like one of the TV shows that actually make you wiser and more aware of our role in life and of this world and this reality. And hi Noah, I'm glad you're here with us today. We're sharing our stream of consciousness, and today's topic is will. And I'm focusing it on will and also sharing my love of the OA because today we found out that they canceled the 3rd season. Sorry. Okay, News Sportlight. Oh, we have a lot of new people on stream today. Hi guys. News Sportlight says something in Spanish and I think I can understand. So, La Casa de Papel aquí. La Casa is home. De papel aquí. The home of paper here. The home of, is that right? The home of paper here. Welcome to stream. Steven says, oh, sorry, that's a TV show? Is that a show? Sorry, Steven says it's a show. Hi Afari. Afari says, do you know Ice Poseidon? Welcome to stream. We have some people that know me through Ice Poseidon's stream in SF from a couple years back. I don't know Ice Poseidon. We did like cross paths because my best friend, my boyfriend at the time, he helped me like find Ice Poseidon because he was in the area I was in. So we did hang out for like 2 hours, 3 hours. But I haven't reached out to him after that. But yeah, I know Ice Poseidon through that day. But yeah. But welcome. Steven says, do the piano with that makes sound. Oh guys, I'm so sad they canceled it. I can't believe they canceled it. Okay. Yeah, I can't believe they canceled. I don't know why they would cancel it. Like, who made that decision? I mean, obviously Netflix, but like, who is that? Atari says, I knew you looked familiar. Nice to see you again. Oh yeah, I think I kind of look the same. I look the same. Hi, I'm glad you joined us today. I am live streaming for 28 days and we're on day 12. And for each day we focus on a topic that I choose that is based on a core concept or milestone of the age of the number of the day, and I know that's a mouthful. So for example, today is a little bit confusing because I kind of try to put in the OA somehow. But like for day 1, we focused on core concept of like birth and initiation. Because when you're 1, you have your first birthday, you are initiated into the world, you are introduced to all your families and all the friends. So that stream of consciousness was about me just explaining my intention of this challenge. I just decided on my birthday to listen to my will and to be present with the world in this way. I've been a hermit. I have been healing. I deactivated my social media months ago, and I want to be present with the world in this way and share myself with the world. So yeah, so welcome to stream. I stream every day. It seems like I do it during this time every day. I don't have a set time, but it seems like this is a good time for me right now. I'm glad you guys could make it. Okay, so for those of you that have joined, that's a part of the OA community, I'm going to play the violin song. Here, let's see. Let's see. How do I do this? Strings, 054. I only know like the first 2 measures, so. Oh, it's not violin. Why isn't it working? Hold on. 054. I wish I could do drums, but this doesn't have the drums that the song has, which is devastating. Okay. Pedals working. Hold on. Yeah, it's working now. Okay. I'll just do it over here. But yeah, I definitely recommend you guys to check out THEOA Season 1. And yes, I'm going to preface Episode 1 is a little bit weird, but keep going because it'll blow your mind and expand your way of thinking of the world and clarify a lot of the tangles inside of you, because it did for me. So in memory of the OA, I'm going to read some quotes from the show. Oh my goodness, okay. I was actually gonna like read it from my, if I have notes on it, on my, let's do this. From my thing. Okay, so, I wrote some, oh, okay. Also, when I had a chance to meet the writers of the show at the premiere, I got to, oh my gosh, it's such a, I got to meet BRIT, Marling, and Zal, and they're such, their aura is very like, it's very like grounded and very like, BRIT was so angelic, like she is, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to give away what the OA stands for, but, oh yeah, by the way, one of the writers of the show, she's actually the main character, the main actress of the show. So, anyways, I had a chance to give them something, and one of the things that I gave them was this quote that a really good friend shared with me back in college. So it's called Living Creed, and it's by this podcaster and podcast called Good Life Project. So let me read it to you. Okay, it's kind of dramatic if I'm using strings. Hold on, let me just change it to piano. So if you look up on Google, if you look up Living Creed, Good Life Project, what's his name? Jonathan Fields, you could find this. Don't try to be different. Hold on. It's really good, by the way. Don't try to be different. Own the fact you already are. Be fierce with your time, but generous with your heart. Presence, not presents. That's really hard to say because they're like pronounced the same. So presence, like your presence, not gifts, presents. The biggest wall you've got to climb is the one you build in your mind. You don't need a hammer to knock it down, just the will to act. Find awe. Let it shake you, melt you, lift you, then share it. Ritualize the mundane to make room for the brilliant. Have a strategy, but be open to serendipity. The best things in life are rarely planned. Life is a story. If you wouldn't read the one you're telling, write a different ending. Genius begins with a burning question. What's yours? You will never have perfect information. Act anyway. It's more important you choose than to choose right. Don't confuse genuine peace of mind with the passing lack of angst that follows the demise of a dream but precedes a mounting wave of regret. That, when I read it, I don't understand what that is because there was so many like things going on. So if you see it in writing, if you look it up on Google, yeah. Uncertainty is a signpost of possibility. When you align what you do with who you are, you'll become what you need to be. Build a tribe. People matter. Love so deeply, it cracks open the world. Hug people hello, then live your life through them. Expose your soul. Vulnerability is a gateway to strength. Pause often. Listen deeply. Move your body. Move your body. Feed your brain. Lighten up. If you can't laugh at yourself, others will happily do it for you. The quest to create something from nothing is a wholly irrational act. Do it anyway. Lean into the abyss. Do the thing that scares you the most. Create, don't replicate. Failure is only failure when it doesn't move you forward. A good life isn't at a place at which you arrive. It is the lens through which you see and create your world. Rise up. Be your own guru. This is The Big Show. So yeah, like, it's really good. I read it. I don't read it every day, but when I do like get to it, I'm just like, oh my god. Like each time it's like a Disney movie. It's like each time you watch a Disney movie, you get profound messages each time you watch it. It's like that to me. So again, this is by Jonathan Fields. He has a podcast called The Good Life Project, and this is his living creed. So you can find that. If you have Spotify, you can look up Good Life Project. I think he posts like once a week or maybe like a couple times a week, I don't know, but he still does it. And yeah, so he interviews people to ask them what their definition of a good life is at the end of his podcast, so you get different tastes of how other people feel, believe is a good life. So Steven says, wait, Atari, yes, you should check out THEOA. It's gonna be so sad, like at the end of season 2, knowing that there is no season 3. It is inconclusive. The ending is inconclusive, but I mean, life is inconclusive, right? It's always evolving. And as BRIT said in her Instagram post that my friend sent to me, I'm so glad he did that because I looked on Twitter, on her Twitter, the writer of the show, I looked on Twitter and they didn't post anything about it publicly, so I wouldn't have known about the Instagram post if the friend didn't send it to me, so thank you. So, okay, I'm gonna read you the last sentence of her remark to us, the OA fans. She said, Steve Winchell is one of the characters of the show. Steve Winchell will be suspended in time, in our imaginations, infinitely evolving, forever running after, and finally reaching the ambulance and the OA. With love, Brit. Okay, so Steven says, can you play a melody to describe their aura? Yeah, like that would be cool. I could do that. Steven also says, this creed is so deep. You have good friends. Oh, yeah, like, yeah. So nice. Yeah, but you guys should definitely check out this text. I underlined everything. Like, I wrote it in my journal again because it's like, it's so good. It's so succinct. It's not like you have to read a whole essay. It's like each sentence is so meaningful and so encouraging. And you know what else? I know even having like tools like this when you are like, when I was really, really like stuck, when I was really, really emotionally, literally, physically, and like when I was stuck, like there was like I couldn't feel anything. I didn't like that I didn't feel anything. I felt broken. When that happened, like these things don't help. But when you are healthy, when I like got balanced and I'm better, like reading this really like sparks all the things. So yeah, I think you guys should definitely check this out. It's called Good Life Project podcast. It's from a podcast, Good Life Project Living Creed by Jonathan Fields. It's this long, but they also have a poster, or he has a poster that you could buy, so you could do that too. So okay, I'm gonna go back to chat. So Atari says beautiful. We have a new person in chat today. Empress says, why you gay? I mean, all are welcome. Like, we're just being present here together. And another thing about this stream is like to celebrate that we're alive. I think we forget that. I think when, at least for me, like when I was like really busy, like 9-to-5 job and everything, like we forget like the very simple things that are very profound and miraculous. Like to be alive is such to even just be alive, sorry, my mom's yelling, but to be alive in itself, like breathing, and we have a will to live, I think is such a huge accomplishment. So another thing I want to do here through this live stream is celebrate like being alive, and we're here. Like there's a reason why you stumbled on this random stream of consciousness, and if you want to bring whatever you bring to the table, I'm really glad you're alive and that we're here and we're present, we're here, we're alive, we're breathing. Let me play the melody to describe BRIT aura. Oh god. Okay, so to give you background of my piano expertise, I do sound like I know how to play piano really well, but I do this all based on like trial and error. I just like play whatever. I don't play piano professionally, so let's see what happens when I think of Brit Marling, and she's also the OA and Prairie. So here it goes. I don't know. Let's just start with what I know. Okay, I'm gonna think of her. Feel her. Okay. Wait, let me drink some water. Okay. No, not that. See, trial and error. That's not it. I just remember feeling like I felt like I was being...
Done?
No, I'm not done. How long has it been on stream? An hour and 4 minutes. Can you stop? My sister is trying to sabotage stream by like opening door open. Sorry, okay. When I think of my interaction with her, it was like very... She was so present with me, like, and with everyone she met. She was very like, her gaze was very, it was very like soothing. Like she was very like calm and steady, despite like so much going on around her. It was like she was very present, and also what I realized was, in person she's very petite. Not that she's not petite, but she's like very like delicate, very very dainty, very like angelic, and like I don't know how to... That's an interesting prompt. She's not like that. I just feel very like, it was very slow, it was very like okay. I hope that kind of helps you feel what I felt with her. Empress also says, why what is with that battery LED on that desk? Okay, so this is a bookshelf thing, and we put it here because it can help support my, oh my gosh, there's no battery left. Okay, there's no battery left. Anyways, I have this because, I don't know, it just kind of, I wanted to use it for my background songs, because it's a boombox, Bluetooth boombox. I should probably, there's no battery. It's okay. Anyways, I'll just put it down. Okay. Anyways, it was always a part of my stream since I think the third one. I started having it while I was on live, and so it started to become a thing, and so that's why I had it up there. But it doesn't have battery, so I'll just turn it off. It used to be like fireworks, so I'll just turn it off. Okay, back to stream. Morality brings prosperity by its borders, and prosperity is utility. Would you agree? Morality brings prosperity. Morality? Oops, sorry. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. Morality brings prosperity by its borders. Okay, is this a very political thing going on? Oh, Castle in the Sky? I think that's an anime, right? It's not... I just played random melodies, so I don't know if it's from Castle in the Sky, but if it sounds like it, okay. Okay, so going back to our topic of will. Let's see. Oh, I was gonna do the OA dance for you guys. Who is an OA fan in live stream with us tonight? Because if you are, we could do it together live. So let me know. I'll wait like a minute. And by doing it together, I mean like in wherever you are, like you could do it together, and then yeah. So for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, so today I also heavily talked about the TV show THEOA. And it's this TV show on Netflix, and in that TV show, right now they have 2 seasons on Netflix, but they announced that they canceled the 3rd season, so we're all sad. There are 5 movements that are in the 5 dance movements that are in the TV show that helps, I don't know if I should say it, I'll just say it, that helps transport people to an alternate reality, and that's also through healing, and that all makes sense if you watch the TV show. But I wanted to do it. I actually have when I was traveling at the beginning of the year, to just follow my bliss and follow any invitation to something that grounds me, that felt grounding. I followed it, and it was traveling and reconnecting with my old friends. And so when I was doing that, I didn't think about how it would be after the travels, so I didn't know it would become a video, because I like literally record everything. But I recorded myself doing the OA dance in different locations in my travels, and it's funny because the first time I did it, I was like really self-conscious about people watching me, but after like the second time I did it, I felt like it was my responsibility to do it, like to act on my will, to act on that call to action, yeah. And people came up to me and asked like, what were you doing, or what is this for? And then I had the opportunity to share the OA with them. And during my travels also, I rode the bus from New York to DC, and right before, no, DC, okay, New York to DC, and then DC to New York. And I remember when I was, during my stay at DC, I didn't have an opportunity to do the OA dance somewhere, so then right before getting on the bus, like I asked around, I was like, does anyone know the OA? And then, like, or like, I didn't say like that. I kind of went around to different seats and I said, have you watched THEOA? Have you watched THEOA? And no one watched THEOA, and I was really surprised. I don't know if it's because it was DC area. No offense, but yeah, DC, but and then this girl was like, why? Like, what are you trying to do? What are you doing? And I said, oh, like, would you be willing to do a set of dances with me? I wanted to do it in DC, but I didn't have time to do it, and I want to do it with someone before I leave. And so this lady, like, was really open to learning and being a part of this movement, and she wanted to, like, look into the OA too because I was so passionate about it. So we ended up dancing together in the middle of somewhere in DC at DuPont. Anyway, so I'm gonna do the dance. Okay, let's do the dance before I leave stream. Okay, I'm gonna do it because no one's saying anything about. Oh, Noah, you know, okay. I'm really glad you're still here with us, Noah. Okay, I'm gonna do the dance movements. Also, if you want to check out the different segments of me doing the OA movements in different states, go check out my playlist for the OA. I have an OA playlist. It also has videos of me meeting BRIT and meeting Zal, and so go check that out. I have a playlist. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I need some music because it's a little weird doing it without music while on stream, so I'm gonna do that. Hold on. Oh yeah, this doesn't work. Shoot. I'll just do it with my phone. It's okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna try to do it while sitting down because if I stand up, I don't think it'll be able to be on camera the way I want it to. So I'll just do it while sitting down. So we'll see. Let's do this. The OA. I'll just play my own video because it has the song on it. Hold on. So playlist. The OA. See, I have 3 videos on my channel for the OA, so you go check that out if you want to experience the premiere. Can you guys hear it? I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm doing this live! I'm only one person, but there's probably a lot of people around the world doing the 5 movements because of what happened, so here we are. Oh god. Hold on, sorry. So hard doing it while sitting down. I can't do it. Yes, I could. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. It's really different doing it sitting down. I'm so sorry for messing it up. At least we're doing it. I butchered it. Whatever. Oh my gosh. Wow. Should I do it one more time? I should probably do it one more time, but like with more seriousness. I'll do it with more seriousness. Okay. Because we have to feel it. That's the whole thing about the movements. Hold on. I'll do it again. Right here. I need more room. I need to turn this off so it doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna be serious. Okay. No, what am I doing? Wait, I forgot. Messed up. sorry, I forgot. I have not helped them heal because I forgot, but I have the will, so I have the will. I have the will. It's the most important, the will. Okay, thank you for being present with me, for doing that. Thank you. That might have looked so crazy. For those of you that don't know the OA, happens after that. There's a second season waiting for you. If you want to know what happens after that, sadly, they canceled it today, so they don't have season 3. But I do think you will still get a lot out of the OA if you watch it. Yeah. Okay. So Steven says, yeah, they were like calm, relaxing, soothing, and I feel the music sound can elicit emotion. So melodies are like stringing together emotions. MB, if my question was weird. No, I'm really glad you asked that. That's a really cool prompt to be doing, like trying to play someone's aura. I think that's a really cool prompt. So before I leave stream, I'm just gonna play a little bit of piano and be present with you guys. So yeah, let's do that. Thank you for being on stream and being alive with me today and being present for all the emotions that you witnessed of me trying to accept that there is no season 3 for the OA on Netflix now. And I also want to encourage you, oh yeah, I forgot to do this in the beginning of the stream, as always. Please subscribe and hit the bell for alerts when I go live. I'll be live for the next how many days now? I'll be on live stream, being present and sharing my stream of consciousness with the world, with you guys. So make sure you hit that bell and also share my channel. And my sister's saying ew at the and also share my channel and the live stream with your friends, your coworkers, your family, if you think they'd also enjoy the present moment together, sharing stream of consciousness. I'm not doing so much outreach for this because I do believe in growing organically, and I have deactivated my social media accounts, and so that's why we have a small number of you here, but I believe that it will grow. So if you guys can help me do that to reach people that could potentially enjoy our present moment together, please do share with those people that come into your thoughts. To revisit the core fundamental lessons that we have to learn each year that we grow, and like it helps to revisit those fundamentals again. And so I'm not saying I know everything, but taking time to really be present with grounding fundamentals and also, before I go, I read this article about how the more we expose ourselves to certain types of thinking, that it will of the ideas, information, the perspectives that you introduce to your mind, the things that you're feeding to your brain, it either it fills up your brain. It fills up your brain too much, and if you don't have enough sleep, you kind of have you have an inability to learn new things because your brain is literally filled up. And so that got me thinking of, again with the whole social media thing, I thought about how I was feeding my mind, right, the past few years. And I think I was mindful of what I was feeding my brain when I was in college, but after that, I think I was just kind of like open for everything, right? And like out of convenience, like I would, whatever's available, I would just like let it be fed to my mind. And especially the type of work that I did most recently, I was fed things that an average person would not want to be exposed to like every day. It's so unhealthy. And that got me thinking, like, we do have the agency to control what we feed our minds, the way we can control our diet. And I don't know, like having that stream of thought confirmed to me that I did do the good thing for my path of on my current path, that I did do it was appropriate that I cut social media because in the midst of me trying to feel better and understand myself more and hear myself more, every morning I would, or like when my mind doesn't want to be still, I always turn to Instagram or Facebook, and I don't even do anything productive on it. I'm just like scrolling, and so it's like I'm constantly feeding like everything of the world. And I think we do need to, for me, like I realize like having a break from that is very healthy for our mood and our ability to feel clarity and find clarity. Especially, I think, so the whole 28-day challenge is because I turned 28, and so especially for someone trying to find their role in society. Also, yesterday we covered that I am not going to have a conventional career, so but as a 28-year-old, I think we kind of stop, or like we have those moments in our lives, whatever age you are, where we stop and we're like, wait, hold on, just breaks. Like what am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? We have those moments. And what I really like about this live stream is that I get to share my like raw self of going like this instead of going like this, if that makes sense. And because we're revisiting like themes of growing up and themes of the transitions we go through as we grow up, literally, I think and I hope that it also helps those of you that are watching. Help meaning not like I'm teaching you something new, but giving us an opportunity to revisit the things that can ground us and can just help us feel less bombarded, less lost, less hopefully this helps those of you that randomly stumbled on stream. I believe there's a reason why you stumbled on here, so yeah, but that's the type of intention I have for this live stream too. We're present together, but we're also revisiting core fundamentals and exercising our brain and giving and allowing it to wander free, but mindfully. I'm gonna check chat and then I will end stream for tonight. Okay. And I know I rambled a lot. That's like the whole point of this, right? Like I'm sharing my stream of consciousness. Okay, so, and I want to share myself. Okay, so Steven says, oh yeah, I tried to read everything on chat, so. Because all are welcome. We are alive, we are present. Yes, okay. Steven says, I respect the fact you did that dance live. Oh, I so butchered it. I'm so sorry for those of you OA fans that watch it and you're like, oh my god, what she do? But it's okay, like, the will. Thank you for that. And I'll check out the OA. Also, I emailed you. Oh, okay. Bye, Steven. Thank you. I'll check it. Noah says, I'm still just living in denial, lol. Oh, like, I know that feeling, yikes, you know? Noah says, and hoping we get a chance to get the rest of the story somewhere else. I know, like, I believe, I strongly, firmly believe they'll find a way to get the story out. So, although it is sad that it won't be on Netflix, I do believe they'll get their story out. So, I'm looking forward to their next projects. Also, if you guys have a chance, after these live streams, I review like what we discussed, and then if there's anything physical or any like article that I mentioned or anything that I mentioned that could be shared, I link everything in the description or the comments. So make sure you check out those resources and tools. And I'm saying that because the story of Brit and Zal, the writers of the show, I listened to some of their podcasts where they do interviews of when they first premiered the second season, and they share how they come up with the narrative and how they even got to storytelling in that way, because the way they shared their story, that story is very it's a new way of storytelling, and you'll see what I mean when you watch the OA. But I will also share that podcast that I listened to and the interviews that have really made me a huge fan of Brit Marling. Yeah, I will share all of that. So make sure for other live stream recordings, I have also for I think since the 4th day, I think I've started to like list everything. So make sure you go check out those resources. And yeah, thank you so much for being present with us today and for being alive. And I also want to thank, in spirit, I want to thank Brit and Zal and all the cast members, everyone on the OA team for your talent, your life, your work. Thank you so much for putting this out. Yeah, thank you for helping us understand our existence. That's really weird, but thank you so much. I'm going to say goodnight now. We are 10:18 right now in California, so if those of you tuning in are from another state or in a different country, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye guys. Thank you so much. Bye.